everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing, and I don't know if you've been following me, if you haven't, please subscribe. That would be great because then you can see what is cooking in my channel. I try and keep my channel as, how do I say, as informative and as fun as possible because, well, if you don't know who I am, my name is Lydia and I am strange and unusual. That's why I named my channel, I renamed my channel Strange and Unusual. I was at one point the imperfect woman. Don't ask me why I named myself that. That was in the beginnings of my starting my channel. That was what, like 6 years ago, I think. And I was always off and on with my channel. I was never consistent just because of work and life and stuff. But what helped me kind of keep me busy as I was at home with my son at the time was to start my start a channel. I was like, hey, I drop him off at school and I'm like, now what do I do? So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna just create content. So if you don't know, I actually work in the makeup industry. I am a counter manager for Estee Lauder at Macy's. And I just love makeup. I'm an actual artist, so I actually paint and draw and create, and I just love art itself. There's my little introduction if you have not seen me or are new to my channel. So if you are new to my channel, do check out the links below in the description. That way you can see what this is all about. You can see my past videos of the subject matter if you can't already tell in the title. So today we're doing Peridot. So this is the BH Cosmetics Gemstone Collection. The Gemstone Collection has been pretty fun so far. I have collected every single one of those. So I've done the January, I started in January all the way through right now, Peridot August. So that's what, 8 palettes? Holy crap. Almost done, folks. So if you have been watching my series, you know I've been doing these. I try to be as vigilant, I don't even know how to say it. I try and be as religious about posting in the correct month because I know in the beginning I was having a struggle bus. Struggle bus being that I was actually prepping for my very first gift in Estee Lauder and I was just like, my headspace was just, so now that my headspace is a little bit better after a vacation, well-deserved and needed vacation, well, like staycation, because me and my husband just kind of spent time with the kids at home, so that was great. But yeah, I wanted to kind of really make sure that I had enough video content. I've been filming a lot, so I want to make sure that I edit these in time. So yes, this will be going up in the month of August. I rest assured it will happen. So these palettes are available on the BH Cosmetics website. You can actually go buy the past ones if you haven't bought them yet and check them out. So this is Peridot. This is what it looks like. And usually, like, and this is how I judge, like, the palettes and stuff. Okay, so my art is fantasy style, so I have, like, I've done zodiac signs. Ooh, I have to show you my sketches. I figure while we're talking about this subject matter, I have been drawing way more than I have anticipated. If you don't know, 4 years ago I had lost my mom, so I've had a very like a creative block on me, so I've been trying to get back into that, and I wanted to show you because I was very excited that I actually created something out of the blue and not having to plan it out. So this is my latest piece. It's actually just marker and watercolor pens and some gel pens. So I created a witch. I was like, oh, I'm very proud of it. It actually came out really good. So there's one of my pieces. And here's one of my sketches for my zodiacs that I will be starting, I hope. I'm hoping this will happen. But if you want to see more of my art and how I create it, do let me know in the comments below. That way I can do like a speed through or talk about what concepts I'm thinking of. So anyways, yes, I do birthstones. I've done a birthstone series of art. So when I think of Peridot, I don't get excited, even though it's my husband's and my anniversary. It's 14 years marriage this month. So when I was thinking about it, I was like, it has to have, of course, the Peridot tones. I'm hoping that it's not too yellow. So we're going to take a peek inside. So here it is, of course, and then here it is inside. I am thoroughly impressed with this layout so far. If you don't know, the layout in some of the palettes that I've had in the past have been a little bit like, really missed opportunity. So this one does look very promising. So I'm really excited to use it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes. And we're going to go ahead, actually no, we're going to go ahead and swatch this. All right, so I actually laid my primer on right now. I'm using the Alamar Cosmetics Pero Primero Primer. I'm like, that's really cool. I love this. So it's from Alamar Cosmetics. I got it in BoxyCharm. All right, so we're going to swatch this. We're going to start off with, of course, the Peridot shade and go from the top to the bottom. Already you can see these are pigmented, so there's Peridot, as anticipated, that nice citron green, and then they have a marigold yellow that's a matte. That one's outgoing, independent, brave, which is like a hunter green, more on the olivey side, and then the next three. So you always have a glitter shade in these palettes. So we've got Generous, Enthusiastic. That's like almost like a tealy green. So it's a little off. And then of course the glitter shade that is Spirited. So there is the shades. I probably should have brought a frickin' makeup wipe because now I'm stuck with this on my arm right now. Alright, so we're going to get into it. I'm going to zoom you in and we're going to start the process. Excuse my baggy eyes. My kids started school, physically started school, so I'm really tired. My bags under my eyes, guys. I am a mom first, makeup artist second. Not makeup artist, but like artist or whatever second. Yeah, so bear with me. So we're going to do a halo eye because I really am feeling a halo eye out of this. So we're going to start with Brave. That's going to be the darkest in the palette. So we're going to go ahead and place Brave. What I like about the Alamar Cosmetics primer is it's pretty tacky. So it kind of, like darker colors like this, lay really nicely and it sticks better. So I do like this primer. Oh yeah. This is nice. This is a nice kind of hunter green there. I just wish there was like a greener green instead of this enthusiastic shade. Because I'm like, okay. So now we're going to go into Independent, which is this shade right here. I feel like that one's a nice transition to blend this out. It's going to have some warmth in it just because of these golden shades. See how these two marry, because this just kind of gives me a little bit of that subculture vibe from Anastasia, where they had golds and greens, like olive greens, and those are very hard to blend together because they are pretty, not opposite of the color spectrum, but you know, pretty close to it. So I'm just kind of layering it back and forth, cleaning my brush in between. We want to make sure that's blended. For the sake of trying to try Generous, it's too coral. So I made a mistake right there. We're going to go in with Outgoing, which is that yellow shade. There is no brow bone. You know how I feel about that. So we're going to have to pull from a trusty other palette. And I'm not saying this is the right or wrong way to put eyeshadow on. This is just how I put my eyeshadow on. I like to layer, go back and forth, re-layer, go back and forth, and then just kind of make sure they're blended out. There is I mean, there is no right or wrong way to apply makeup. It's just how you want to do it. To be honest with you, I have been trying to improve my makeup application for my eyeshadow a little bit better, just because I've been watching Robert Welsh, and he is amazing because he is a makeup artist. He's actually a professional makeup artist, so I love the fact that I can kind of get some tips from there too. So I am pulling this wonderful brow bone shade from the Diamond palette from the BH Cosmetics. I really love the Diamond palette. That's one of my favorites. And I will tell you that I do end up ranking these at the end, so we'll see where this Peridot stands in all my rankings. So I'm just applying it here just to add that pop, but don't worry, we'll dial it down. This is just to kind of add that pop of the brow bone and kind of lift my brow a little bit. But don't worry, we fix all this. Alright, don't worry about it being super, super messy. We're just going back through with Independent, which is that brown shade. Just reapplying it right on top of that green. I feel like I lost it a little. We're just lightly blending it up towards that marigold color. Like I said, don't worry if it's super, super messy at the end here. We'll clean it up. Alright, we're going to use Peridot in the middle. I've just got to. And I'm going to use my finger to place it. Beautiful, actually. I like that. Going back in with Brave and just fluffing it in there. Making sure everything is nice and transitioned. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off, finish this eye, and also do the rest of my face. We'll work on the lower lash line. Alright, so brows aren't done yet, but everything's kind of like blended out pretty well. The marigold's kind of hard to blend, so bear with me. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do the lower lash line. I really want to use just Enthusiastic on the bottom. Not necessarily halo eye, but you know, pretty close. Alright, so we're going to do lower lash line Enthusiastic. It's a nice balance. Clean that off, and then we'll use Generous. I'm going to try Generous. It's not really my favorite combo here, but we're going to just apply it very lightly just to kind of buff it out. And then I'm going to get, what else am I? Grab some glitter glue here, the NYX glitter glue, because you need that for any type of glitter. I'm going to just kind of softly press a little bit into the finger and then just pop it on the inner corner here, because I really want it just there to add a little something. Then I'll get my finger, I'm going to get my pinky, get a little bit of that Spirited glitter on there and just kind of press it in. Just to add a little something. Alright, so far so good. I feel like I still need to blend out a little bit more. I mean, on camera it's translating different, but it's not terrible. Alright, so I'm going to finish the rest of my face, let you know my overall thoughts on this palette, and then we'll rank them. Alright, so I put on my foundation. I put very little, just because I am going to be wearing a mask at work. We're back to that. That's alright though. Alright, so let's say our overall thoughts on this palette. I actually really like it. This is actually what I wanted the emerald to be, just a little bit touch more greener. I felt like the emerald palette didn't have a whole lot of like emerald greens. This one has more olive greens, which can be Peridot. I mean, Peridot's more that citron color. I'm glad that they put the glitter in there, but yeah, it's not bad. The colors blend together, the colors go together. I like the lower lash line. That Enthusiastic by itself is pretty nice. So overall the layout's not bad. I like this is very earthy, very sultry. I like the look that I came up with. The only gripe, and you know I'm going to say it, I say it all the time, no brow bone shade. Like, we could have done without this shade here because it's too coral. It's not necessarily needed in a palette like this. I get why they wanted to make more of like blendable colors, but I just don't see it. I don't know. That's just me. I mean, yeah, it does blend pretty well with this. I didn't think they would, but no coral shade. It should have had like a banana shade in there. That would have really tied the entire palette together. So I like the fact that it has the dark shade. It has a transition shade, which can be a touch lighter. It has the marigold, which is nice. It kind of makes the greens blend a little bit better. Sometimes. This is a little, like, this row is a little, like, this top row here, these 3 shades are a little bit subculture-y, but done a lot better. So with that being said, I really do like the Peridot palette. It's actually really nice, blend out really nice. I love the tones. It makes my eyes look very soft and sultry. Pairs perfect with a nude lip, because I've been into nude lips lately. Of course, I would probably have to take this off. But anyways, let's rank the palette top to bottom. So, number 1, Diamond. Love this palette. Beautiful palette. It's got everything I need to make that sultry, gothic look. It's got a brow bone shade. It's got 2 transition shades that blend really well together with the black. It's got that silver. Yes, it could have done without 2 silvers. This one could have been a touch darker, but this is really, really nice. I love this palette. This is very practical for me. This is very staple friendly for me. So number 1 is Diamond. Number 2, still, it's going to be Amethyst. Oops, not Amethyst. Garnet. Garnet is going to be my number 2 because I love the fact that it does have a semi-brow bone shade. It is a touch dark, but not too dark. On my skin tone, it does translate very light, so that's nice. But this one's really, really nice. I love the black sparkle. I want to use it by itself. I love the fact that it has reds. I could have probably used more of a transition instead of that reddish brown, but I like how it has deep shade. This could have been darker because Garnet, I think, dark red. This is not dark red. This is more on the lighter red side. This is more ruby to me. That is ruby. It's not really Garnet. Alright, so number 2, Garnet. Number 3, I'm going to have to say Pearl. Pearl is number 3. Pearl was pretty, like, practical, neutral palette. Did not have a brown bone shade, so I had a little bit of problem with that. It could have done without probably this shade here, because I felt like this shade was just a little bit, like, it's redundant. Don't have 2 shades that are similar, even though they're a touch lighter or a touch darker. Don't have them similar. I would have probably loved a brow bone shade in there, because Pearl has that kind of like cream color, so I would have rather had a cream color rather than that shimmer there. But other than that, I mean, this sparkle didn't make sense because it's just exactly like the Aquamarine one. It really is. I think they're the exact same thing. I think I've showed this in the Pearl video, that the sparkles are exactly the same, which this should have been just not as much green in it, because it does have touches of green in it. I would have liked just a straight, like, yellow-ish glitter. So, this is number 3. So, Pearl is number 3. Oh, I had a hard time with this one, but I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to put Peridot at number 4, because it actually came out a lot better than I thought it would. Normally, I do gravitate towards greens, but I feel like browns and like blacks and grays really like make my eyes a lot more sultry, but this one actually did a really good job in the look I chose as well. Again, don't need this shade. Could have done a nice banana brow bone shade to tie it all together. The Peridot shade was perfect because it was a true Peridot. I like the fact they included a green Peridot glitter in there. That would have been nice with all of them, to be honest with you, is have that glitter be the same color as the stone itself. Because Diamond has, it has a silver glitter, but Garnet has a black glitter. It would have been nice to have that cranberry red glitter. That would have been really pretty. Pearl has, like I said, it should have been more yellow and not any green in it, but who knows if that exists. I'm sure it does by these days. But yeah, Peridot's number 4. Number 5. Oh, I kind of had a rough time with this one as well. I think I'm going to go with Aquamarine. Aquamarine did have a brow bone shade, so number 5 is Aquamarine. But I didn't care for this shade. I would have liked a darker blue to go with this. I like this shade, don't get me wrong, but a matte one would have been nice. Yes, the glitter does kind of go with, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it does go with that aquamarine vibe, so I like the fact that it has that touch more blue would have been nice, or that silvery like Cinderella color blue. That would have been nice. But I like the fact that it has the brow bone shade. That's really what helps it a lot. Blues, technically, like if they're light blues, don't look very good on me, but I like the fact that it has this one to kind of help tie that together and look better on my skin tone. Yes, this is a nice aquamarine color, so it's beautiful, and if you blend it out, it becomes a highlight, which I really, really like. And I look for that too in those palettes, but number 5 is Aquamarine. Number 6. I'm going to have to say Ruby. I liked Ruby. I really did. It just lacked deeper shades. To me, it translated more orange than it did red. So Ruby Red, I wanted it to be really popping and fiery. Like Garnet, I feel like is more like a sultry, almost like that blood goth red. And this one I imagine to be fiery red. This one does have those tones a little bit, but I feel like this one is more pinky red. Like the Garnet is more red. This is more pinky red. No, we can't do that. I love the fact that they had the glitter a sparkly red like ruby slippers. That's what I expected from this palette. So yes, it does have some good qualities. No brow bone shade, which kind of disappointed in that. I'm like, I just want a brow bone shade in every single palette so that I can really blend this out. It just makes it easy to just be like, this is the palette I'm going to take with me traveling, or this is the palette I'm just going to use today because I can always pick it up. I've been more into the practical, like I want practical palettes, not because it looks pretty. I want practical. Ruby's number 6. Number 7. We're going to go with Emerald. Emerald was my least favorite. But I feel like Amethyst is dropping in the ranks right now because it just was too light of a purple. I'll get into that in a little bit. However, I was just like, really? What is this? That's not... I could have seen that in the November palette, like, but more yellow. But this is just more olive and more brown. Yes, it's earthy, but look at the palette itself. It's a bright green. You open it and it's olive green. Even the emerald shimmer shade, the main shade, it's like a forest green. So I didn't like that. The glitter is not really there. Is it a pretty palette? Yes, it's very pretty because it's very earthy, and I like the fact that it just, those olives are really, really nice. I have to be careful with olive greens because I have olive in my skin, so I have to kind of warm it up a little bit so I don't look dead. So that's why I liked this Peridot palette, because it had some olive in there, but the yellow, the marigold color, really, really warmed it up. This needs that. So Emerald is number 7, and of course Amethyst is number 8. My reasoning, yes, purples look amazing with brown eyes. I get it. This is beautiful, but I really wish it was a purple. I really wish it was a purple glitter. We didn't need this shade, and this shade, and this shade. Like, there's 3 shades in there. I'm like, okay. I don't understand. This could have been a little bit lighter. This, I mean, it's supposed to be a lavender, but it's more of like an icy blue. Like, it's not lavender. I wanted rich purples, royal purple, not light purple. So on this with me looks a little too light. So Amethyst has to be dead last. So Amethyst is number 8 so far. Alright, so with that being said, loved the Peridot palette much better than I anticipated. I even saw the pictures. They've been doing like teasers and stuff. I'm like, don't do that. I want to wait until I get it. But yeah, they launch every 1st of the month. So, you know, look out and see when it does launch if you are interested in collecting these. I am very interested in collecting these because I have been. So yeah, I feel like this palette really works in. It kind of goes into transitioning into fall. I am excited for the Sapphire one because I do love blues. I love royal blues, so I expect the Sapphire one to be royal blue. I am so glad that, because you look at the list, they have a list of all of the stuff. And it looks like it's going to be opal for BH Cosmetics for October, which I'm excited because out of all the stones that October has, we October people, we have pink tourmaline, we have like this turquoise tourmaline, like it's like almost like a smoky dark emerald green, and then we have opal. I love opal all the time because opal is such a beautiful stone. It's very multifaceted, fiery, it's just a unique stone. It is a softer stone, so I can see why some people kind of go towards the pink tourmaline because it's if you damage the opal, it's a little bit hard to repair. But at the same time, I enjoy opal better, and it goes good with black. So, I mean, for me, October is very goth month because Halloween, and it's my birthday month. So I am excited for October. I'm very excited for Sapphire as well, because I want those deep blues. I hope they don't do me wrong. But yeah, citrine would be November, and then turquoise in December. So we'll see how those ones come out. I envision the palette in my head, and I'm like, then when I get it, and I'm like, oh man, that's not exactly what I've pictured it to be. Like the emerald, I did not picture it to be that. The amethyst, I did not picture it to be that. So that's why they're the bottom two. So yeah, with that being said, look forward to seeing you guys for September for this BH Cosmetics series that I did for almost an entire year. We're halfway, well, more than halfway there, and I'm excited because I actually have been pretty good with that. But things to look forward to on my channel. Full faces from Shein. I did get some Shein makeup and I really wanted to try it. We're going to go a different approach and you'll be excited to see it. So look forward to that one. That will be coming soon. And then as well as I know a lot of people don't like this brand because of the person that owns this brand, but I'm excited. I've been collecting, but Jeffree Star's Pink Religion. I can't open it yet until my anniversary because that's actually my anniversary present. But the Pink Religion, I did get 3 products. I don't go crazy with it. I just get the products that I like. We're gonna do a full face pink. Oh my god, you never thought, but I'm gonna make this really good. I'm gonna make this goth. I just liked the whole aspect of the collection. It was really neat, very different. And then, what else do I have? Oh, I do have my liquid lipstick series still going. It's going to be kind of mixed in throughout the months, just because I just wanted to test them out when I was on vacation. So yeah, I think that's what I have so far. And of course, September I'm going to start filming my special effects Halloween look. So my Freaky Fridays will be posting every single Friday in October. I promise, and I am going to hold myself to this. I need to do it. But to make sure I frickin' post them on the frickin' Friday. Because if I post them on a Tuesday, I'm like, it's not Freaky Friday. But on my birthday, there will be a bonus one. So you'll have a bonus video on my birthday, which falls on Wednesday. So there'll be a bonus one. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but I have some ideas in mind. I have some new wigs from Shein, so we're going to do that. Also, if you wanted to see any of my art, like an art tour or whatever of what I've created so far, or you want to see me do a speed through type of art piece, then we can do that. Because I am going to be starting up as soon as I'm done with my pop culture type of art pieces. I'm going to have like a few of my pop culture ones. I have some from the Fifth Element that I painted. I have Catra. I have, I think I have the Diva from sketched out from Fifth Element. I'm making a piece for my sister that she requested, and that's taken some time just because it's a lot harder to manage. I'm trying oil paint for the first time, so this is a little bit a different realm for me, but I kind of like the way she's coming out. And then, of course, I have my Gem and the Holograms. It's Misfits. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I might color. It's more color, like markers and watercolor paints or watercolor pens. But my Misfit collection, I have 3 so far. I need 1 more, which will be Clash. If you don't know that, you're too young. I have Catra almost done, and of course I will be producing more pop culture ones because I really wanted to get into that so that I can create some pieces for my kids too, because they love a lot of pop culture. I want to get more into, I think I'm going to study more manga and just try and dabble in manga. Manga's very hard because it's very sharp lines and very the movements are very, very exaggerated, so that's something that I'm going to have to probably take my time with in learning. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. What to expect on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and do like this video because it helps my channel, and that way I can keep producing content because this is my hobby. It's not necessarily my job. My job is I sell makeup. And I represent a brand, so I want to really, really get into just what I am as an individual on this channel. This is my individual, and then of course I have my Este persona, which is much more dialed down. But anyways, thank you so much, and I hope you guys stay strange and unusual, embrace your creepy side, and I will see you in my next video.